Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Creative Hands by Shay. So in today's tutorial I will be showing you how to make a hexagon baby shirt. So guys, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you will love this tutorial and you'll be able to make one of your own. To my regular viewers and subscribers, thank you so much for always being here, guys. So this is a yarn that I will be using to make this shirt, and I have some leftover here, and also some leftover white. So the white is what I will be using to pipe the shirt, and the green is what we will be using most. So you can use any color yarn of your choice to make this shirt. I will be using a 3.5mm crochet hook. You will need a stitch marker and scissors and measuring tape. So guys, let's jump in the video. So guys, I went ahead and I made half of the shirt, and this is what it looks like so far. So I will show you step by step how to put it together. So this is what it looks like without it's folded, and when it is folded it is looking like this. So I will be showing you. So let us begin. So I'm gonna start off with my leftover yarn here. And to begin, we will make a magic ring. So you can make your magic ring however comfortable you feel. Now that I have my circle, I'm just going to pull up a loop, and I'm going to chain 3. And this chain 3 is going to count as our first double crochet. You're going to yarn over, and you're going to go back into the ring, and you're going to make 2 more double crochets. That's 1 and 2. Now that you have made your 2 double crochet, this is going to be our first cluster. You're going to need a total of 5 clusters. So you're going to chain 2, go back into the ring, and you're going to make another cluster of 3. I am going to continue making my clusters of 3, chaining 2 in between until I get to 5 sets of cluster. And then I'll meet you back there and I'll show you what to do next. Chain 2. There it is. So continue. So guys, now I have come to the end of making my cluster. I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to pull on my tail end to close the center part up. Now that I have done so, I am going to slip stitch on top of our first double crochet here. So now that I have slip stitch there, to make the next point will be the length of the shirt. So depending on how long you want the shirt to be, that's how many chain that you're going to do, and you're going to do it in multiples of 3. So I am going to chain 39. So I'm going to make my 39 chains. Once I am at my 39 chains, then I'll meet back with you. So guys, now I have come to my 39 chains, and this is what it looks like. So now we are going to skip 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th one, we're going to yarn over and place a double crochet there. Those chain 3 that we skipped, that is going to be our first double crochet. You're going to yarn over, go back into that same stitch, and you're going to place 1 more double crochet. And that's our first cluster right there. You are going to skip 1, 2, and you're going to go into the 3rd, and you're going to make 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet into the same stitch, and 3 double crochet. So you're making your clusters. So the only thing different that you're doing is that you're skipping 2 chains. So you're going to yarn over, skip 2 chains, go into the 3rd again, and make a cluster of 3 double crochet. You should have 2 stitches remaining at the end. Once you get there, I'll meet back with you and I'll show you what to do next. So you can pull on your yarn once you make your clusters, because it's gonna like pull the yarn up. So you can just pull on it like this. So continue making your clusters and I'll meet back with you. So guys, and now I have come back down to the end here, and I have my 2 stitches here. So we're going to yarn over, and into this chain 2 space we are going to put a cluster of 3 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Now that we have done our 3, we are going to yarn over and we're going to go into this corner here and we're going to put a corner. So that's 1, 2, 3, chain 2, go back into the same space and then make 3 more double crochet. Yarn over, go into the next corner and repeat the same thing. Make another corner. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2. Go back into the same space and complete your corner by making 3 more double crochet. So you're going to repeat this all the way around and I'll see you once we get back to here. So guys, and now we have come back to our next corner here. So we have our 3 double crochet on one side here into that corner. So we're just going to place 3 more double crochet and that is going to complete our last corner. So now that we have completed our last corner there, we are now going to go into this stitch where we have this cluster, and what you're going to do is, so make sure that you're looking what I'm doing. You are going to yarn over and go into that stitch, but make sure that you're going into one loop only and make a double crochet. So just like that. So each time you go into the stitch, make sure that you're seeing this little loop across here. So you're only going into one loop, making a cluster of 3. So that's 2 and 3. Go over to the next one, yarn over, and again make sure that you are going into only one loop. See? There it is. So you're going to basically continue doing that all the way until you get to the end, and you are going to make your last 3 sets of double crochet into this loop here. So I'll see you there. So guys, now I have come to the end and I finish off my last set of cluster there of 3 double crochet, and this is what it looks like. So now we are going to go ahead and chain 3. It is so windy outside, guys. Now you're going to yarn over and you are going to go into this space here. And you're going to put a cluster of 3 double crochets. Yarn over, going to the next space, and make another set of 3 double crochets. 2 and 3, and into the next space another, into the next space another, into the next space another cluster. So you're just making your clusters all the way up until you get back to here, and then I'll meet you there. So guys, and now we're back to where we started off at the beginning here, and we're just going to place another set of 3 double crochets. Into the next space, we're going to place 3 double crochet. So you can see that we are increasing. So each time we increase, the shirt will only get bigger and bigger. Okay, so now we're at a corner. So where we have the corner, we will place a corner. And you're basically going to just continue doing this all the way around, making a corner where there is a corner. Make sure you chain up your 2 in between the corner. I'm just rephrase it because I don't want to get you all confused. So once you are at a corner, you will place 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the same space to complete your corner. It's 1, 2, and 3. So 3 there. So now we have a cluster here of just 3 double crochet. You're going to go into that space and you're going to place 3 double crochets. So that's 2 and 3. Now we're at another corner. We're going to place a corner there. And you're going to repeat this all the way around. After the corner, you have a space. You will place 3 double crochet, then a corner, then 3 double crochet, then a corner, and then a space to put your cluster of just 3 double crochet. Continue doing that all the way around, and I will see you at the end. So guys, this is what the shirt looks like now. So we're going to finish completing the other side, go all the way down. So if you notice, we started off with 3 double crochet on this side when we ended here, and come all the way up, make our corners and 3 double crochet clusters. So once we get down to the bottom here, we will only place 1 double crochet here. So I'm going to continue working until I get there, and then I'll meet back with you. So guys, and now I have come back to the end, and as I stated, we're just going to place 1 double crochet. You can either go on top of the chain 3 or you can just go in between, which is more easier, and make your double crochet. So we started off with 3 double crochet and then we end with only 1 double crochet, and this is how you're gonna do your rows. Always you're starting off here with your 3 and then ending off with 1 double crochet. So now that we end off with 1 double crochet, now we're gonna chain 1, 2, and 3. Then you're gonna turn your work. So now we're gonna make like a, I'm gonna just call it like a dead end. So we have our chain 3 there already. We're going to yarn over, and you're going to place 2 more double crochet into that space. So there it is. So now we have like a dead end again. I'm just going to call it a dead end, or yeah, like a dead end. So we have over 1 double crochet here, and then we have a dead end. So it's just going to alternate each time when you go around in your rows. I hope I'm not confusing you, but you will see it as you go along. And then you just basically start placing your 3 double crochet into each 3 double crochet spaces until you get up to the top. You're just basically repeating the same thing, placing 3 double crochet into each spaces here. Once you get here, you will continue making your 3 double crochets into each spaces. Once you get to the corner, you will make a corner, then you will put another set of 3 clusters of double crochet, another set here, then a corner, and repeat all the way around and come back down to the end. So I will meet you there, which I will be changing my color once I get here. So continue doing that, repeating the same thing, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I am back to the end, and I am going to finish off with 3 clusters. 3 double crochet, I should say. So now you can either put your last double crochet into that chain of 3, or you can just place it into that space. So before you finish your last double crochet, you're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then you are going to join your next color. So whatever color you are using, and then give it a tie. So now that I have done so, I am going to go ahead and chain up 1, 2, and 3 turn, you can fasten off here. So now that we have our chain 3, we are going to make another cluster into that cluster space. And basically you're just repeating the same exact thing as we did before by making cluster into 3 clusters into each cluster 3 space. And once you get to a corner, you will make a corner. So you're just repeating the same thing over and over again. So I am just going to continue doing this until I get back to the end here, and I'll meet you back there. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm just going to make my last double crochet. And again, before we finish that stitch, we're just going to yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to rejoin our main color. Now that we have done so, we are going to go ahead and give it a tie and then fasten off from the white. Or whatever color that you are using. Now you are going to go ahead, chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. So I am just going to show you from the previous one that I did. So I did 1, start from the starting foundation, so 1, 2, 3, 4, then white, then 1, 2, 3 green, then white, and then 1 more row of white, just regular white, sorry, 1 more row of green, go all the way around. So I am gonna work up to here, and then I'm gonna show you how to work on the widening of the sleeve. Depending on how long you want your sleeve to be, let me just show you. So this is where I stop with my sleeve here in this row. So I am just going to do the measurement so you can see. So however long that you want your sleeve to be, you will just continue making your regular rows until you get to your desired length. So you're going to measure from the arm area here all the way to the end, and mine is measured 4 inches. So that is where I want my sleeve to be. And that's the reason why I stopped here at this row. So I am going to continue making my rows. I'll put it on the screen so you can follow along. So we are here. Now we're going to make 3 more rows of regular rows going all the way around. And then we change the white. And then we go to 1 more regular rows all around. And then once I am done with that last row, then I will show you how to increase on the width of your sleeve. And we will not work on the inner part here, because the inner part here is what gives the sleeve the length. So I hope you can understand what I am trying to explain. Again, we are going to go all the way around with all the rows. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more rows to do before we start to do the different row that we only work from here to here. So I'm going to continue doing that until I get to this row, and then I'll meet you at the end. So guys, and now I have come to the end, and I'm just going to make my last double crochet here. And this is what the other side of the shirt looks like. So what you're going to do now is you are going to work, you're going to chain 3 and make your double crochet, your cluster of double crochet starting there. And then you're going to work all the way up until you get to here. Once you get to here, you're going to chain 3 and then come back down. And now you are going to measure the chest of whoever you're making it for. So I'm making it for a 1-year-old. So normally a 1-year-old bust or chest size should be 22 to 22.5. So what you're going to do is you are going to divide that by 4, and that should be 5.5 if you're doing it for 22 inches, which I am doing it for 22 inches. So once you fold it over like this, so this is 2 parts, so that's the reason why I said divided by 4, and the other side would be 2 parts. So you're gonna work the rows all the way up and come back to here, all the way up, come back, and continue until you get to the desired width on this side. Once you get to the desired width, then you will fasten off and you will repeat the same amount of rows that you did on this side on the other side. So I am just going to go ahead. So 1, 2, 3. And then double crochet. And then going over on the other side and make your cluster, or the other space I should say. So continue making your clusters all the way up until you get to here, and then you will stop. So I'll meet you here. So guys, now I have come to the next corner here, which is the corner that we will stop at. So we're going to place a 1 double crochet, and then we're going to chain up 3, turn your work, and then you're going to work all the way back down to here, and we're going to do a total of 4 rows. So the 4 extra rows that we will be added on the sides, that will measure up to 5 inches wide. So that's where I want to be. If you want yours to be wider, all you have to do is just continue to add whatever amount of rows that you're adding to get the width of the shirt. So I am going to make my cluster here. So 2 double crochet. Remember, the chain up 3 counts as our first double crochet, and you're just going to continue making your double crochets into each space, your clusters of 3 double crochets. Once you get to this corner, you will do a corner, go back down, and I am doing a total of 4 rows because I am doing 22 divided by 4, which will equal to 5.5. So I'll put it on the screen so you can follow along if you're doing the same exact thing that I am doing. So I'll see you there at the end of 4 rows. So guys, now I have come to the end of one side of the shirt, and I'm just making my last stitch, which is a double crochet here. Now I'm going to chain 1 and fasten off, and this is what it looks like so far. So I add 4 extra rows onto this side from here, go all the way to this point here. So now we are going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to add 4 more rows on this side as well. So let me just fasten off, rejoin the yarn, and you're going to rejoin it on the right side. So this is the right side, this is the wrong side here. So just rejoin it on the right side. You can either go into the top of the stitch or you can go in between. Give that a tie. And you're going to chain up 1, 2, and 3. So now that I have my chain 3 there, I am going to yarn over, going to the next stitch, and we are going to make a cluster. And basically we're just repeating what we did before, just making clusters where the space is for the cluster of 3. Cluster of 3, go all the way up. Once you get to the corner, you'll make a corner. Once you get here, you will finish off with 1 double crochet and continue. Just as we did when we were making the other side, you will just repeat the exact same thing. So I am going to continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end of making my 4 rows. So guys, and now I have come to the end, and I'm just going to make my last double crochet here, and I'm going to chain 1 and fasten off. So our next panel is completed, and there it is. This is what it looks like. All you have to do is just flip it over like this, and there it is. So this can either be the right side, or you can flip it on this side to be the left side of the shirt. But what we're gonna do now is we are going to fasten off and we are going to join the top of our sleeve, and we're gonna do that on the wrong side. So there, but we're gonna join it from this end here. But I wanted to do some single crochets all the way around just to clean up these little edges. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna rejoin my yarn here, right on top of this double crochet. I think I should do this on the right side. Let me just flip it back over, because I want the single crochet to be looking nicely done here. So keep your work on the right side. Just gonna give it a little tie. And then we can weave this tail end in as we go along. So I am going to go into this double crochet and to make 1 double crochet there. We're going to go back into that same space and make another double crochet, sorry, another single crochet, sorry about that. Going to the next double crochet, make a single. So you're making 2 single crochet into each double crochet space. So you're going to continue doing that all the way until you get to the end on this side, and then I'll meet you there. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm just going to place my last single crochet on top of my double crochet there, and this is what it looks like. So now I'm just going to flip it over on the wrong side like this, and we're going to sew all the way up to close the sleeve here. So I'm just going to pull up on this side and insert my hook. I'm going to use a smaller hook to do the sewing, and I'm just going to pull through. Okay, so now that I've done so, I'm just going to chain 1, and I am going to go into the front loop on this side here. So the front loop here, and the back loop on the other side, and make a slip stitch. So front loop and back loop, and you're just going to repeat that, doing the slip stitch all the way until you get to the end, and I'll meet you there. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm just going to go through both corner here and make a single crochet, and I'm just going to pull up on that, and I'm going to use my hook. So before we go any further, I'm just going to flip this over, and this is what it looks like on the wrong side. And when you flip it over, this is what it looks on the right side. So it's all sewed neatly. So now what we're going to do is we are going to add 2 rows in the back. So this is gonna be the right sleeve. So this is the back. So we're gonna add 2 rows there. So we're gonna chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3 because we already work into the into both parts here. Or what you can do is just to make it a little bit more, well, it's already there, so you can just go ahead and chain up 3. It's already in there. 2 and 3. I was gonna say to slip stitch another time in there, but it's okay. Now that we have chain 3 there, we're gonna yarn over, go into the next space and place 3 double crochet. So just as we were doing before, you're gonna place 3 cluster of 3, I should say, sorry, and continue doing that all the way down until you get to the end. Once you get to the end, I will meet you there. So guys, now I am at the end here, and I'm just gonna place 3 double crochet there. Chain up 3, turn your work, and then continue making your cluster all the way up to the top. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I'm back to where we have our chain up 3 here, and to finish off this row, we are going to go into the chain 3, so that second chain. So that's 1, 2. We're going to go into the second part, and we're going to just place our double crochet there, so it makes it more even into this part. So now I decided that I wanted to add 1 more row and go down to the bottom so that I can sew the shirt up once we're done. So the same thing that you do for this panel, you will do the same for the other panel, and make sure you place them towards each other so that you will know which part is the back for the right panel, so that you don't make any mistakes. So continue making, chaining your 3, and then you'll make 1 more row all the way down, and you will repeat the same thing on the other side, where you will do 3 rows on the back. So I'm going to continue doing this. Once I am through, then I'll meet back with you when I will be closing the back of the shirt. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I placed both panels together so you can see what it looks like. So you can see that's the back there, and what I'm going to do is we're just going to pinch. This is on the right side, by the way, so I am going to pinch both panels together, and this is going to be on the wrong side that we're sewing, and this is the right side on this part here. So we're going to sew the center of the back together, and I'm just going to use my small hook to do that. So I'm going to insert into both loops on this side and pull through my yarn. Chain 1, and just as we did before, we are going to go into the front loop and the back loop on the other side and pull through. So front loop and a back loop. So we're going to continue doing that all the way up until we get to the end, and I'll meet back with you. There. So guys, now I have come to the end. I'm just going to make my last slip stitch, and I'm going to go into both corners here. So let me just show you. So right here and here. So go into there. It's kind of look like a corner, but it's like the chain of 3 part there. So you're just going to slip stitch in there, chain 1, and fasten off. So now that we have done so, this is what the shirt looks like so far. And this is the back, so it's nicely sewed down. So now we are going to work on the inner part. So I'm gonna start from the right side of the shirt. So we are going to count 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th one here we are going to rejoin our yarn. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just gonna go in there. You can either put it into the stitch or underneath, but I'm gonna go underneath. Give it a chain 1 and give it a tie. So now that we have done so, we are now going to chain up 3. Well, chain 2 because we did chain 1 before. Now you're going to go into the next space and you're going to do clusters of 3. You're going to repeat this all the way down until you get to the end. This end here, and I'll meet back with you. So now I have reached back to the end, and I am just going to go into that space there, and we're going to make 3 double crochets. Chain 1, 2, and 3. Turn your work, and we're going to work all the way up to here. Once we get back to this part, I'll show you what to do next. So guys, now I have come back to the end where we would have put 3 double crochet here in this chain 3 space. What we're going to do is we are going to decrease. So we are going to place 1 double crochet on top of that cluster here, and you're going to chain up 3, turn your work, and you are going to skip this space, and you're going to go into the next cluster space here, and you're going to place 3 double crochet there. So you're going to continue doing that all the way down to the end, and I'll see you there. So there. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm just making my last sets of 3 double crochets here. So the same amount of rows that you did for the back, you will put the same amount of rows for the front. So you can see that nice little curve there. So now we're going to chain 1, fasten off. We're going to rejoin our yarn to the other side, and we're going to repeat the same thing. But the last row is going to be the row where we will be putting our buttonholes. So we are joining, so skipping 1, 2, 3, and into this space here we are going to join our yarn. So I'm just going to turn it around so I can have more leverage. So 1, 2, 3 into this space. Give it a tie. So just as we did before, we're repeating that same thing. The only difference is that we're going to make the row for the buttons. So we will be adding buttons to this shirt. So we are going to go over into the next space here, and we're going to make our cluster. So you're going to continue doing this So you're gonna go down. Once you get to here, because we have like a dead end here, as I call it, you will just put one double crochet there and a chain of 3 and repeat and come back up. Once you come up to this side, I will meet you back there. So I will see you at the end. So guys, now I have come back to the end of where we did our chain of 3, and we're going to yarn over and we're going to place one double crochet there. So now that we have done so, we did our decrease there, we are going to chain 2 and we're going to work on our button area. So where we're going to place our button, if you want to do double crochets, you can do double crochets, but I'm gonna do half double crochet, and we're gonna skip this first stitch here, or this first space, and we're gonna yarn over, go into the first double crochet in the cluster there, and you're gonna make a half double crochet, and you're gonna continue making half double crochets all the way down until you get to the end. And this is the size button that I am using. I'm not sure what size this is, but this is the button that I will be placing on the shirt. So I'm going to continue doing this until I get to the end, and I'll meet you there. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm going to go ahead and make my last half double crochet here. I'm going to chain 1 and fasten off. You can weave in your tail end as you go along, because I hate weaving in my tail end at the end. I will be working over these ones here, so that's the reason why I don't weave them in as yet. So moving forward, so this is what the shirt looks like so far. So it's looking super cute. I will be adding a little color here onto the shirt. Or if you don't want to add a color, you can have it just as is, and then you can just add the buttons on. But I'm gonna put a little color there. So I'm gonna start from here, and I'm gonna go into this first stitch here. Chain 1, give it a tie, and I'm gonna chain up 2 more. I'm gonna yarn over, and I'm gonna go into this space here. So make sure you're looking at what I'm doing, and I'm gonna make a cluster of 3 double crochets. So that's 1. Let me just redo that. Go in the next space and add another cluster. So basically you're going into each space and adding the cluster of 3 double crochets into the next. So you're going to do that all the way up. Once you get to here, you also make a cluster. So you're going to continue doing that all the way until you get back to this part here, and I'll see you there. So now I have come back to where we started here on the other side of the sleeve. So we are going to make 1 double crochet there, chain of 3, turn your work, and into that space we are going to place 2 more double crochet, chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. And you're basically going to continue doing this until you get to your desired width for your sleeve. I'm not sure how many sorry, I'm saying sleeve for your collar. I'm not sure how many rows that I will be doing. I'll let you know how many rows I will be doing and then I will meet back with you. So I'll see you there. So guys, and now I have come to the end of my collar here, and I just made my last double crochet. So this is what the collar looks like. So I'll put it on the screen so you can follow along with how I pipe the collar. So I did a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows for the collar. And I'm just going to turn it around so you could see. So there it is. So it's kind of actually matching to where the white is on both sides, so that is very cute. So if you want to single crochet all the way down to here and on the other side, you can go ahead and do so, but I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. And I went ahead and I attached one of my buttons just to see what it would look like. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna attach your button 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the fifth cluster here, you're gonna attach your button there, and you're gonna count 1, 2, 3 in between, and then you're gonna attach your next button, then count again another 3 cluster, 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth cluster you will attach your button. So you're gonna use needle and thread to do so. But before I finish attaching my button, I need to work on the end of my shirt. So I am just going to go ahead and chain 1 and fasten off here. We can weave that tail in afterwards. So I am going to rejoin. I have so many tail ends. I am just going to work over them as I go along. So what you're going to do is you are going to join your yarn into this stitch. Chain 1, give it a tie, and then we're going to chain 1 more. So we will be doing half double crochets for the end part here. So you're gonna yarn over and you're just gonna pull these tail end as you go along, or you can go ahead and weave them in individually if that's what you want to do. So now you are gonna go into that first double crochet there, yarn over, and you're gonna place 2 half double crochet there. So that's 1 and 2, and into each and every double crochet you will place 2 half double crochet. So for the chain up space, let me just redo this. Yes, so for the chain up space, you can either put 1 or 2 into those space. If it looks bulky when you put 2, just put 1. So continue making your half double crochet all the way along until you get to the end, and I'll meet you back there. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I'm just gonna make my last half double crochet into this stitch here on the end. And then I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, and then I'm going to make another row of half double crochet. So you're just going to go into your stitches and make half double crochets all the way across. I might do just 2 rows or 3 rows, I'm not sure yet, but I will see. I'll decide. So I'll let you know when I'm there. So continue making your half double crochets until you get to the end, and I'll see you there. So guys, now I have come to the end and I'm just making my last half double crochet here. And I went ahead and I did 3 rows, so I finished off with the white. This is optional, you don't have to use the white if you don't want to, but I think it looks cute. And so that's the reason why I did that. You're gonna chain 1 and then fasten off, then you can weave in your tail end. If you have not yet attach your buttons, you can go ahead and do so. So this is what the shirt looks like, guys. It is looking super cute. I love the way how it turned out and the fact that the color is matching towards the white here. So there it is. So I am going to weave this tail end in, but basically the shirt is completed. So if you have any tail end left to weave in, you can go ahead and weave that in. So there it is. So yeah, the shirt is finished, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna weave this in afterwards. So yep, that is it. So I will put in the description box more information about this shirt, so make sure you check that out. If you want to make this in an adult size, all you have to do is just get your measurement and apply the same procedure as to what was done on this shirt. So guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope that you were able to make one of your own. Thanks again for watching, guys. Until next time, bye.